Hello, I'm Cassie Knoll. This week on Suncoast FYI, All Faiths Food Bank, luxury scarves, Lucky Ducky race for pace, and Madison's Mother's Day spread. All next on Suncoast FYI. Thank you for joining us today on Suncoast FYI. All Faiths Food Bank is working on a campaign against summer hunger, and Sandra Frank, the CEO of All Faiths Food Bank, joins me now to tell us more. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for inviting us. We're happy to be here.
It's very good to have you here today for a very important cause. So how is the campaign against summer hunger going?
The effort is going quite well. You know, we have 40 days of food, fund, and awareness raising, and that wraps up this Saturday, at which point we'll turn to actually developing programs to feed kids during the summer.
Wow. So how did the campaign went on for the last 40 days?
Yes.
Was it successful for you guys?
It is looking pretty good this year. As in the past, and this is the second year of the campaign, as in the past, we ask our private donors to raise a certain amount, and then we turn to the public and ask the public to match that. And we are getting awfully close. The deadline for the match is Saturday, May 9th.
Okay, so definitely going to have to be checking that out if you guys are listening here. So tell me about summer hunger here in Sarasota.
Yes, I think it is a misconception. It is misleading that we have so much hunger and poverty here in this community. But during the school year, about 21,000 children enrolled in the schools, which is half, actually this year it's more than half
So
of
that
the
is
children.
a staggering number.
It's a staggering number, and it's incomprehensible. It doesn't seem possible. But at least half of the kids in the Sarasota schools are on free and reduced lunch. That means that their family's income is so low that they get breakfast and lunch programs.
Wow.
And then what happens during the summer is that the meals go away. So once the school year ends, hunger begins.
Yeah. And I know you've told me these statistics before, and it just blows me away every time you tell me, because it's something you just don't hear about. It's not something that people talk about a lot. Kind of a tough subject matter, I'm sure. And so it's great that All Faiths is helping out with this. So what are your plans for feeding children during the summer?
You know, we last year, first year of the campaign, we just launched it and went wild out there trying to identify ways to feed kids, and we actually fed over 15,000 children last summer. This year, we're even more structured and growing those programs and expanding the backpack program. Our mobile food pantry program will be expanding. We're partnering this year again with the school system to provide hot meals. And a new partnership this year is with the library system because they have extraordinary programs all summer long for children.
Yeah.
And we just sort of linked up with them this year and have identified we'll be doing backpacks with them, providing snacks to the kids and meals in the libraries all summer long.
Perfect, because they're probably already going to be there, so...
It's a safe place for kids to go in the summer, and plus they might actually read, which is a really good thing
Maybe
too.
we'll get two birds with one stone on this one.
Right, that was our plan.
So tell me about that backpack program that you guys do.
Yes, the backpack program is a bag of healthy, nutritious, kid-friendly food. And during the school year, we hand them out on Friday so that the kids have food over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
So this past year, we expanded it into the summer months. We'd never done summer backpacks. So we did that in the summer 2014. We'll do it again this year. And last year, we distributed over 100,000 backpacks in the community. I don't think Sarasota knows the extent, as I said, of hunger here. But 100,000 backpacks to little kids.
Wow.
It is pretty astounding.
All good reasons for people to help out with this.
Exactly.
And so how is the community united against hunger?
Well, that's something, again, that we learned from our effort last year, although it does seem incomprehensible that so many children are hungry. When people learn about it, they want to do something about it, and they want to get involved. And we had 150-something partners last year in terms of agencies and organizations and programs. We'll have even more this year. And as I said, it seems like once people hear about it and organizations hear about hunger, they want to get engaged.
Yeah.
And they do unite and come together to help feed children over the summer.
And anything helps. You can bring in canned food or food as donations. Money obviously is a good thing, because then you guys can use it for what you need it for as well.
And they have a match. I mean, until midnight on May 9th, there's a match for the funds that people give, and I just really encourage folks to take advantage to double their investment in feeding kids. But folks can also donate food and drop it off at any Sarasota Goodwill. They've been our partners, fabulous partners for years. And so the bins are there and food can be dropped off at the Goodwills.
Because I know you guys have a warehouse, and I've been there a couple of times. And unfortunately, when I go, I see empty shelves, which is just, it's sad to see. And I really hope the community will wrap around this and really help things out. So how can people help? Where can people go for more information?
The information about the campaign, Campaign Against Summer Hunger, will be on our website. Really extensive information on how to get involved and what will be happening over the summer. So that's allfaithsfoodbank.org would be the place to go to find out more about the campaign.
All right, and anything else dealing with All Faiths Food Bank as well. So thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
And next on Suncoast FYI, we are visited by a local artist who uses Sarasota as inspiration for her work. We'll have the details after the break, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. Mary DeArmond is a Sarasota-based artist who has created a beautiful collection of luxury silk scarves. She joins me now to tell us more. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's great to have you here, and you have a beautiful product. I can't wait to talk about this. So tell me a little bit about your scarves.
Well, they're all 100% silk, screen printed with hand-rolled hems, and silk has been in demand internationally because it is such a fantastic fiber. It has special qualities that make it the perfect fiber for a scarf. It's light. It has a luster to it that's very elegant, and it takes color in a way that other fibers just don't. My scarves are all silk screened, and silk screening is a way of putting color on fabric which is very brilliant, very vibrant. So you combine the qualities of silk with silk screening or screen printing, and this is what you get.
All the colors are just so bright and so brilliant. And they're soft, too. I think that's my favorite part, is that it's so soft.
And that is partly a result of the, it's partly because they're silk, but it's also because they're screen printed. Because a lot of scarves now are digitally printed, and they're a little stiff, and the reverse isn't as dark as the back is not as
dark as the front side of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's understandable. I mean, but these are so bright and brilliant, and I like to try to wear scarves in the winter, the short winter that we have here in Florida, and they end up being itchy and kind of annoying, but I don't have any silk scarves. So can you teach me how to tie one of these things?
Absolutely.
I'm going to pick this one.
Okay, great.
This is pretty.
So if you remember your geometry, a perfect square can either be folded into a rectangle or a triangle.
All right.
And that is the start of all ties.
Okay.
So for today, why don't you make a triangle?
Make a triangle. Okay. I'm not the most coordinated or graceful person in the world, so we'll see if I can do this correctly while we have it here. Okay.
Well, the thing that's great about these silk scarves is they're very forgiving.
Okay, good.
Okay, and then
Forgive me, scarf.
then roll the corner in. And of
Roll it
course,
up.
the tighter you roll it, the smaller your
The roll will
rope,
be here.
if you will.
Okay.
And depending on what look you want,
Okay.
both work.
All right.
So then you're going to end up with this. And you can do a single tie around your neck with the knot in the front or the back,
Okay.
or you can even loop it around twice,
Okay.
because with a 36-inch square scarf, it's long enough to do that.
Okay. So do like that, and then
Yep.
around twice. All right, let's see if we can do this here without hitting the microphone too hard. There
And
we
then
go.
if you tie a loose knot,
On here, look at this. Whoops, I'm doing it wrong. Whoops. This is going to be my style of tying the scarf. There we go.
great. And that works, or a variation on that is to, actually, I like it just like that.
I'm going to leave it just like this then.
Perfect, but you can put the knot in the back and it gives a whole different look.
Yeah, I mean, that was easy. That was super easy. See, anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody, believe me, can do it. So tell me a little bit about what makes your design special.
Well, all of these designs are made with a word. For instance, this is actually the word circus.
Okay.
So what I've done is made a card that goes with each scarf that gives a clue.
Okay.
So this is the design, and on the back, the design element
Okay.
is pulled out. So it actually says circus over and over again.
Oh, I see it. That's beautiful.
So each of these scarves is a visual puzzle.
yeah, that sounds really neat.
And-
Sounds like words. Words are
Exactly.
special.
And words inspire me. I love words, always have. And My collection is partly place names, like the scarf that I'm wearing is word Sarasota.
Yeah.
And also many of these words are, for instance, circus, this is thanks, this is mother-daughter.
Uh-huh.
Because imagine wearing a scarf around your neck that has a special meaning to you, it's close to your heart. And I have this vision of people coming to Sarasota, loving their time here, going off to wherever they are the rest of the year, and people say, oh, what a beautiful scarf, and the next thing you know, they're having a conversation. 'Cause
About where they were.
Exactly.
So do you do custom work?
I do. Because I work with words, it's a natural fit.
Uh-huh.
I have worked with couples, I've made wedding gifts with couples' names, surnames, incorporating mission statements into the design.
Yeah. And where can people go for more information?
To my website or social media, or they can call me. So my website is scarvesbymarydearmond.com, and my phone number is 941-400-8818.
Awesome. Well, definitely go check these out. They're super comfortable and obviously beautiful as well. And thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much.
And coming up on Suncoast FYI, adopt a duck, help a girl. The details are next, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. If you want to make a difference in the life of a girl, it may be as simple as adopting a duck. Amy Wick-Mavis joins me now to tell us more. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm really excited about this subject here with ducks. So tell me, what is the Lucky Ducky Race for Pace?
Sure, the Lucky Ducky Race for Pace is an event that benefits Pace Center for Girls. And on May 16th, we will be dropping 15,000 rubber duckies
Oh my gosh.
on the water off of Tarpon Point. And currently all around town, we are asking people to adopt a duck and help a girl for Pace Center for Girls.
Which is adorable. It's adorable. At first I heard adopt a duck and I was like, that's weird. And then the little rubber duckies though, I've
Sure.
seen you show me the pictures in your book of the event from last year.
Absolutely.
It's so adorable.
It's wonderful. It really is. And this is actually the size of the rubber ducky. We oftentimes get asked, though, how do you keep them from flying away?
You just maintain control
Maintain control.
as best you can.
They are rubber.
So what are other, or actually I should ask you, how much does it cost to adopt one of these ducks?
Well, a lonely duck is $5.
Okay.
But we know that ducks swim faster and are happier when they're in a group. So you can buy a quack pack, which is 5 ducks for $20. Or if you want your ducks to be really happy, you can buy a flock of ducks, which is 30 ducks for $100.
And this is why I was so excited, because of all the names that go along with that stuff too.
Oh, they're quacktastic. We have our own vocabulary.
That's so awesome. All right, so what other events are associated with the race? Because it's not just about releasing the ducks.
Sure, it's not. First of all, we've already had our ducktail party, which is our corporate party, where corporate partners get a much bigger duck and they decorate the duck. And right now there's online voting going to see which is the most popular duck that's been decorated. Next Monday we will also be doing our duck slap party, which is when we will be putting the numbers on the ducks. All 15,000 ducks need to be numbered.
That's a lot of volunteers, I'm assuming.
That's a lot, but you know, we do it in an hour. We have so many volunteers, it gets done in an hour. But our quickest quacky is our 5K, which will be May 16th at 6 p.m. at Tarpon Point. And when the 5K is over at 7 p.m. or when the tides allow, we will be dropping our 15,000 rubber duckies to see which is the lucky winner, the first ducky to come through the finish line.
I was going to say, and you guys keep them contained with ropes or tubes on the side so they don't actually go loose down the river. Just for those that are thinking that they're concerned that they're releasing 15,000 rubber ducks into the Manatee River. It is contained.
Absolutely.
And they all go back into a little chute.
And they go into a chute and they go in one by one. And we randomly assign, everyone who buys a duck gets randomly assigned a number. And then we look at the bottom of the number to see who is our lucky winner. And this year, first prize is a 2-year lease on a 2015 Chevy Cruise from Cox Chevrolet, a lease on that. Or if you don't want to lease, $6,000 in cash.
Wow.
And then the second prize is a fabulous prize as well. It's dinner for 2 every week for a year at the Anna Maria Oyster Bar.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, so a lot of people get very excited about that as well.
That is so cool, and I can vouch for the car. I have a Chevy Cruise.
Oh!
And I love it.
There you go.
I love my Cruise, so
There you go.
even more reason to go adopt a duck. So So, of course, this race has a great cause that goes
Yes.
along besides all the fun names that you get to say. So tell me about PACE.
Yeah, so PACE Center for Girls is a statewide organization. We're actually in 19 communities throughout the state of Florida. And we serve girls between the ages of 12 and 18 who have typically been non-successful in the public school system and also are in need of support services to learn how to negotiate those teenage years, to understand what it is to be a girl, to work with their families, as well as to get back on track academically so that they can go back to public school and go on to be crazy, wildly successful women.
That is awesome. So you can adopt a duck, help out a girl for a very great cause. And where can you go to adopt these ducks?
Sure, you can go to Lucky Ducky Race for Pace and you'll hear all about adopting a duck. You can also adopt duck. We have partners all over town right now. Every Anna Maria Oyster Bar as a restaurant, as well as Peaches Restaurants, are selling ducks when you go in to eat there, as well as Tarpon Point, which is our location of where we're having it. So if you go down to Tarpon Point, you can buy a duck while you're sitting out watching the beautiful weather.
So what is the last day to buy the ducks?
The last day to buy the ducks is May 16th.
Okay.
And about a half an hour before race time, we cut off selling.
Okay.
Unless we sell off 15,000 of them today.
So sounds like you need to go adopt some ducks, folks. Again, LuckyDuckyRaceForPace.com is the website. Go adopt some ducks, help out some girls, and thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
And coming up on Suncoast FYI, Paul Madison shows us a delicious Mother's Day meal. We'll have the details after the break, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. Mother's Day is this Sunday, and if you don't have any plans, Paul Madison might be able to help you out. He's here now joining me on the show. Welcome.
Hi, Cassie. How are you today?
I'm great. This food smells amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So let's get right into this. Tell me about your Mother's Day spread.
Well, two different locations, obviously. So we've got Madison City Grill downtown, and we do a brunch menu in the morning, brunch and lunch, which is order off the menu, a la carte, several choices. And then, of course, we're open for dinner as well. And, again, our dinner menu, but we also offer a few really wonderful, amazing specials. So I brought a couple of tastes for you to take a look at today.
Okay.
And one of the things we're featuring at the City Grill is going to be a lobster cake over an avocado salsa.
That's probably what I'm smelling that smells so good.
Yes,
If you like seafood.
Yeah. And then at Madison's 41, we also have a brunch in the morning, but it's a buffet-style brunch, several different food stations, and really just a feast of a little bit of everything. Omelet station, crepe station, we're carving prime rib, all kinds of pastries, desserts, salads. And then in the evening, we're open for dinner if you prefer not to do the buffet-style event, but to be served. And one of the many specials we're offering that night is a mushroom stuffed chicken breast, because I heard you're really a big mushroom fan.
I love mushrooms. I know it's a weird thing, but I love mushrooms.
So we brought a little sample of each. But yeah, Mother's Day is always a great day to get mom out and celebrate. And it's funny, it's one of our busiest days of the year. And it's also one of the days that all of our reservations come in the last week or so. Because most of the time mom plans things, but this is not mom's day to plan, so we cannot forget
That's
about
what I
mom.
was just going to say. If I told my mom, yeah, on Sunday, leave yourself open, she'd be like, whoa, whoa, totally foreign concept to me.
Yeah, what do you have planned for me,
Yeah,
right?
what is this?
Yeah,
So you do need to make reservations for these.
Yeah, we're filling up quickly. It's funny, like I say, it's just this week has just been, the phones have been just off the hook. Everybody, it's the last minute crowd. It's
Okay.
the dads and the kids that go, oh yeah, it's this
Oh
week.
my gosh, Mother's Day. They're probably watching the show right now and they're like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Yes.
Okay, so what other events do you have coming up besides your Mother's Day event? Because I know you're really big out there in the community.
Yeah, there's lots of things going on. It's fun. One thing that's a lot of fun that's coming up next weekend, Friday the 15th, is a wine dinner. And we do a wine dinner just about every month at Madison's 41. But this week, we're featuring an event called Tour de France. And usually when we do wine dinners, we'll work with a specific winery. Sometimes a winemaker is in town or a principal owner of the winery. In this case, we've got this great importer, this guy named Michael Corso from Chicago is coming in. He was with a big company called Kermit Lynch for a long, long time and really focused on a great French portfolio. He started his own company now, and he'll be here. He's coming in from France. And what we're doing is, by calling it Tour de France, is there's not one specific winery. We're actually working with 6 different wineries
Oh, that's great.
from 6 different regions of France. So it's kind of fun to see what happens in Alsace and what happens from Burgundy and what's from Bordeaux. So there'll be a wine from each of those regions, and of course we'll pair the wine to complement each of those regions.
It sounds like an education as well.
It is. It'll be very educational. He's a really neat guy. He'll kind of walk people through French wines, because sometimes it's intimidating. You know, we know Pinot Noir, we know Chardonnay, we know Cabernet, but France, they're typically, those wines are named after the different villages or the different regions that they're from. Using some of those same grapes that we're familiar with, but sometimes you look at a French label and you scratch your head and go, well, what am I getting here?
I used to be a server at a restaurant. I couldn't pronounce any of the names either.
Even bigger problem, right?
Yeah, even bigger problem with that. And of course, the Tour de France is for a good cause as well.
It is. There's a great organization called Any Given Child, which I got involved in the past year. I got on their board. And this is a great program. This program works directly with our public school system with Sarasota County Schools. And their mission is to make sure that there's a strong arts program in each and every school. And of course, we know the arts is one of the first thing that gets cut when budgets are cut. But you know, we all believe that it's so important that children have access to the arts. Even if they're not going to be an artist, even if they're not going to be a musician or a graphic artist or whatever they may focus on, that brings out such creativity and helps them to learn other subjects as well. And
makes them more well-rounded.
It really does. It really does. And you were telling me, actually, you're very involved in the arts yourself.
I do.
So you understand where we're coming from.
Yes, I love music and help out with a band program, actually, and that's, it's very important, and I appreciate that someone is there for that.
Yeah,
Arts is a good cause.
My mom was a music teacher in public schools growing
really?
up, so I saw the importance of it as well. And I didn't become a musician. I took a different art. I went to the culinary arts, but
still an art.
Yes, but the music so inspired me, and I still use it in so many things I do every day. So it's important. We got to keep it. We got to keep it out there.
Maybe you should pair music somehow with food. Come up with. We'll talk.
I like it.
So if people want any more information about Mother's Day or any of these upcoming events, where can they go?
They can go to madisons.com or our phone number is 921-3400. You can call and make reservations, or right through the website make reservations either way for Mother's Day and or for the wine dinner. Both ways you can get information and buy tickets and get signed up.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you, Cassie.
And
Thanks so
for
much for
bringing
having me.
the delicious food.
My pleasure. We've got to dig in and enjoy it now.
I think we might. All right. So stay tuned to Suncoast FYI. We'll be right back. That's our show for today, and thanks so much for joining us. If you would like to promote your business or event on Suncoast FYI, we'd love to hear from you. Just call our sales department at 941-361-4223. I'm Cassie Knoll, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.